Captain Ibrahim Traoré's story is one of defiance, courage, and an unshakable commitment to Burkina Faso. In a time of uncertainty, he emerged as a guiding force, leading his nation toward a new era of resilience and self-determination. Traoré's leadership represents more than just a change in government. It's a revolution in thinking, strategy, and action. Can one leader truly transform an entire nation? Since taking office, he has made bold moves to combat terrorism, reclaim sovereignty, and restore hope. His leadership style is marked by a fearless rejection of three destructive traits: cowardice, betrayal, and incompetence. He believes these words have no place in Africa's future, urging a mindset shift for true progress. But how did Burkina Faso reach a point where it needed such a radical shift? In 2022, the country was on the verge of collapse. Insurgent groups controlled vast territories, and a deadly attack on a convoy of over 200 vehicles exposed the government's inability to protect its people. Frustration boiled over, and a call for action became impossible to ignore. Amid this turmoil, Captain Ibrahim Traoré stepped forward not as a typical political figure, but as a soldier with a mission. Unlike past coups driven by self-interest, his takeover was swift, decisive, and driven by a single priority: securing the lives of Burkinabe citizens. From day one, Traoré restructured the military. Recognizing that victory required more than just weapons, it demanded strategy, training, and morale. He modernized the armed forces, improved logistics, and ensured that soldiers on the front lines had the resources they needed. However, what set him apart was not just his reforms, but his hands-on approach. Unlike previous leaders who governed from a distance, Traoré was on the ground visiting troops, speaking with citizens, and directly engaging in the fight against terrorism. His willingness to stand alongside his people fostered trust and unity, proving he was not just a leader, but one of them. One of his most notable achievements was the successful operation to break the siege on Djibo, where insurgents had cut off supplies to the city. This mission, combining military strategy with humanitarian aid, brought much-needed relief and lifted the spirits of a nation under siege. But Traoré understood that Burkina Faso's battle against extremism could not be won in isolation. While strengthening internal defense, he also sought strategic alliances, ensuring that the nation was not just reacting to threats, but actively shaping its future. His leadership is challenging long-standing narratives about Africa, proving that obstacles do not define a nation's potential, its response to them does. Traoré's bold vision is reshaping Burkina Faso's path, setting a precedent for resilience, self-reliance, and a renewed sense of national pride. Captain Ibrahim Traoré has taken a bold and unconventional approach to strengthening Burkina Faso's defenses, forging new alliances, and prioritizing national security alongside community development. His leadership marks a turning point, not only for his country, but for Africa as a whole, as it challenges old power structures and opens new paths toward resilience and self-reliance. Faced with limited Western support due to bureaucratic roadblocks and political hesitancy, Traoré turned to alternative partnerships, most notably China. This shift in alliances significantly altered the geopolitical landscape of the Sahel. Unlike Western nations, which often impose strict conditions on aid, China provided immediate and direct military assistance, reinforcing Burkina Faso's fight against insurgency. In a strong display of support, China pledged continuous military aid shortly after Traoré took power. The impact was immediate. Burkina Faso's military received modern weaponry, advanced ammunition, and critical equipment. For the first time, Burkinabe forces were able to confront militant groups on equal footing. Beyond enhancing military capabilities, this partnership also lifted the morale of soldiers and civilians alike. Burkina Faso's strategic pivot towards China signaled a broader trend in Africa, one where nations seek diverse alliances rather than being bound to a single global power. Traoré's decision inspired other African leaders to rethink their foreign policies, prioritizing self-determination over reliance on traditional Western partnerships. To further strengthen Burkina Faso's security, Traoré's government introduced cutting-edge military technology to counter insurgencies. The acquisition of modern surveillance and attack drones, such as Turkey's Bayraktar TB2 and Akıncı models, greatly enhanced intelligence gathering and precision strikes while minimizing civilian casualties. In addition to upgrading weaponry, improved communication technologies allowed for better coordination between different branches of the armed forces, ensuring rapid and effective responses to threats. Strengthened intelligence sharing networks with neighboring countries further bolstered regional efforts to combat cross-border insurgencies. However, Traoré understood that lasting security required more than just military victories. Insurgencies thrive in environments plagued by poverty, lack of education, and political neglect. His administration took a proactive approach by investing in economic development, infrastructure, and governance reforms in regions most affected by militant activity. By launching an information campaign that exposed the brutality of insurgents while promoting national unity and progress, the government sought to counter extremist ideologies and reduce their appeal. Recognizing that conventional military tactics were insufficient for the nature of modern insurgencies, Traoré prioritized specialized training for Burkinabe troops. Soldiers were trained in guerrilla warfare and urban combat, equipping them with the skills needed to outmaneuver insurgents in the Sahel's challenging terrain. The focus shifted from quick battlefield victories to securing liberated areas in the long term, ensuring that militant groups could not return. This strategic shift emphasized endurance and adaptability qualities essential for maintaining stability. Beyond military efforts, Traoré implemented rehabilitation programs for former fighters willing to abandon violence. Through education, vocational training, and community service initiatives, the government provided opportunities for reintegration, addressing the root causes that drive individuals toward extremism. Rebuilding war-torn communities was also a top priority. Many villages had been devastated by years of conflict, lacking access to basic services like roads, schools, and healthcare. By restoring essential infrastructure, Traoré's government sought to rebuild trust between the state and its citizens, demonstrating a commitment to their well-being and future prosperity. Captain Ibrahim Traoré's leadership has not only strengthened Burkina Faso's military response to insurgency, but has also reshaped the nation's approach to security, governance, and international cooperation. His administration has prioritized regional alliances, working with neighboring countries to enhance border security, disrupt arms smuggling, and cut off the supply lines that sustain extremist groups. The ultimate goal is to build a solid regional defense system that prevents terrorist organizations from establishing safe havens in the Sahel. Traoré's strategy goes beyond military action. It is a multifaceted approach that incorporates technology, psychological operations, diplomatic ties, and grassroots involvement. Recognizing that external support is vital, he has sought diverse international partnerships, including military assistance from China, while also looking to the African Union and global institutions for economic and developmental collaboration. His vision is clear. Burkina Faso must emerge as a strong, sovereign, and peaceful nation, capable of securing its own future. Public support has played a crucial role in the administration's success. To maintain trust, Traoré's government has invested in transparent communication, ensuring that citizens stay informed about military victories, territorial recoveries, and ongoing efforts to rebuild communities. Regular updates help instill a sense of unity, resilience, and national pride, reinforcing the idea that the fight against extremism is a collective effort. Justice and law enforcement reforms have also been a priority, with specialized courts established to handle insurgency-related cases efficiently. By ensuring swift and fair trials for violent offenders, Traoré seeks to counter extremist propaganda that portrays the government as corrupt or ineffective. This initiative strengthens the rule of law and sends a clear message that Burkina Faso is committed to justice and stability. Another key component of Traoré's strategy is empowering local communities to take part in their own defense. Under his leadership, community-based defense groups have been formed, working alongside national forces to protect their villages from insurgent threats. This not only enhances security in remote areas, but also fosters a spirit of self-reliance and national unity. Burkina Faso's fight against terrorism under Captain Ibrahim Traoré is more than just a military campaign. It is a comprehensive movement to restore peace, security, and prosperity to a nation long plagued by instability. Through decisive leadership, innovative tactics, and a long-term vision, Traoré is guiding Burkina Faso toward a new era of strength and self-sufficiency. Despite the ongoing challenges, the progress made so far offers hope not just for Burkina Faso, but for Africa as a whole. This journey is a testament to the resilience, determination, and ingenuity of a people who refuse to be defined by hardship. Traoré's leadership is setting a precedent for what an African nation can achieve when it takes control of its destiny, proving that true sovereignty comes from within. Join us in this vital conversation about Africa's future. By engaging in discussions and staying informed, you become part of a movement that aims to reshape global perceptions of the continent. Subscribe, share, and let's work together to highlight Africa's strength and potential on the world stage. Thank you for viewing.